Hello, and welcome to a review of The Angels Take Manhattan. Now, this review would be one of my better reviews because I've taken notes down. So that's going to be interesting to see what notes I have put on the page. Right. These are all my notes I have made on the episode. There we go, so you've got your good points there and the bad points there. Right, let's start off with the basic summary. The Doctor and his friends race against time through the streets of around Manhattan as New York statues come to life around them. That's it. I got that storyline from the recorded Sky, where it explains what the episode is. So yes, that is the storyline. Right now, good points. I thought that at the beginning, before the Vortex began to start, I thought the narration of the typing machine was done really well, because I thought that was done brilliantly. That's one of the things I liked about the episode, and just the way filmed different kind of statues, and it was talking about the guy who was the other part, the opening scene, where it was the guy who was walking into Winter Quays, the big power source, well, feeding source where the angels, eat everything, and it was that scene was, I love that. Okay, right. Next. Yep, just talked about the opening scene, didn't I? They made a few changes to the time vortex. When the opening scene finishes, you see kind of more bolts of lightning shining, like hitting the TARDIS. The new vortex is quite good, but I wouldn't say it was good as David Tennant's or Christopher Eccleston's, because that one was it's a bit cheap. I mean, it's alright, but a lot of people would probably prefer David Tennant's and Christopher Eccleston's Vortex. What we got? I thought the script was good. The script was good. I thought it was really well done for the episode. It suited the episode. It didn't go off course like some of the episodes in Series 6 did. Because as much as I hate Series 6, I'm getting the box set for Christmas, because there are a couple of episodes which I liked. For example, the first two, Closing Time. But anyway, yeah. So the dialogue was really good in this episode. Yes, the baby angels. I thought they were cute, funny, and scary. They made the scene with Rory in it scary because I thought the bit when the angel blew out the candle, which Rory was holding. Well, that was because that was on the trailer, the Series 7 Part 1, and I really liked that. What else we got? I like the special effects of this episode, even though there weren't many of it put in, like other episodes, such as Asylum of the Daleks. They were the bit when the TARDIS first bounces back off the time force field, which is surrounding the 1938 world. I thought that was really cool as well. Yeah, that was really good. And then it happened again, but that time they actually went through it. Because that was cool. What else we got? The graveyard scene, the first one. The first one when they just materialise into the graveyard. That was... I love the way they did that scene because the mist was sort of surrounding the TARDIS in the graveyard. And then it says, you know, the death of Rory Williams. But that little bit is in one of my bad points, but I'll get to that in a minute. I love the scene where the Doctor gets angry when I think he's reading the book, River's book, because that scene, I love it when even though Matt Smith is let's face it, he's more of a quirkier Doctor than most other Doctors that we've had, but when he's angry, he does it really, really well. He's a great actor at, you know, being angry, but also being like funny and quirky at the same time. But when he's angry, it just... a lot of people hate me, but he does do it better. I think he does it better than David Tennant did. I mean, we hardly ever saw Christopher Eccleston get angry at all. I mean, even though he was serious, we hardly ever saw him get properly angry. So, yeah. Oh yeah. My final few good points was the nanogenes scene, where the Doctor repairs River's hand. And then she gets, you know, pissed off because he's just screwed up certain points in the chapters of the book or something, I don't know. My favourite scene is where they discover Rory's old self dying, and then they talk about what will happen if Rory escapes and the consequences that will happen if he does escape, which he does, but then he dies. So now for the bad points. Immediately in the graveyard, even though I like that scene, it immediately says that Rory is dead on the grave. Well, not Rory is dead, but the death of Rory Williams. I mean, they could have revealed that Rory's death later on in the episode, which they did, but not straight at the beginning, because I thought, why reveal it straight away? Because, you know, you might want to make it a surprise for the audience whilst they're watching it. What else have we got? River has a Vortex manipulator. Where the hell did she get that from? Seriously. Where the hell? She never explains where she got that from. She only uses it twice. What's the point of her having it, and where the hell did she get it from? And also, how the hell did the angel get trapped there, where, in the collector's sort of living room? How the hell did that get there? I mean, how the hell did it manage to get trapped? It's a weeping angel. One of the problems which I have with Series 6 and 7, well, in this episode, River calls the Doctor husband. What I find weird is, River is Amy's daughter, and she calls him husband, and the Doctor's, what, 912 years old? What the hell? Finally, Right, in the time of angels in Flesh and Stone, Father Bishop says she killed a good man, and then River says in Angels Take Manhattan, turns out I never killed the man in the first place. Then what was the point of putting that stupid thing in the time of angels? Seriously. I think Stephen Moffat, sometimes he does a really good episode like Blink, and then other times he just loses the plot. So yes, that was my good points and bad points of the Angels Take Manhattan. Best performance, I think, goes to Matt Smith, because he just played the Doctor really well in this episode. I loved the way he did it. The way he was angry, the way he was sad about Rory and Amy's death. You know, just brilliant acting. So I hope you enjoyed this review. It's one of my better reviews I've done, because I thought my Asylum of the Daleks review was a bit crappy, even though the cool thing about it was I got a reconstruction for it. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed my good points and bad points about the Angels Take Manhattan. My personal rating for this episode, an 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10, because I think it's one of Moffat's better episodes. Because, you know, Series 6 was, let's face it, was a really underrated, shitty series, even though there are some episodes which I have said before I like. So, yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review. Soon I'll probably either be reviewing A Town Called Mercy or Dinosaurs on a Spaceship, or The Power of 3. So hopefully I see you then, but just a few words of warning. I do tend to get my reviews, say for example, I say next I'm going to review The Town Called Mercy, and then I end up doing Power of 3. I do tend to do that sometimes, so that's why I said, or, you know, Power 3 or something else. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review, and I'll probably see you next time for another review of something. Goodbye.